winter beer. I mean, a holiday beer.
Hmm. I do, and it's not like one of those normal holiday beers. The one I have is from Litherman's Limited. It's a local brewery to me. They're out of Concord, New Hampshire. Uh, this is one of their sours. I did have this last year, and it blew me away. And it is by far my favorite sour from Litherman's. So I was waiting and waiting another full year for this one to come out. It is Cosmic Bakers, and it's a fruitcake inspired sour.
Wow, that's a
So
new one on me.
yeah,
I've
that's the
never even heard of the company.
yeah, they're like I said, they're local to me, but they just it made me this beer made me want to eat fruitcake because it is that good.
And
Um,
it's designed for the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New
it
Year's.
comes out. Yep, they released it at Thanksgiving. Or it came out. This beer came out on November 26th.
Okay.
So, yep.
Now I have St. Arnold as a glare, but St. Arnold Christmas Ale.
Nice.
I don't know if you ever had this.
No, St. Arnold's. They're around the Texas area.
Yeah,
I know drunken one drinks a ton of St. Arnold stuff. So
Houston, Texas. This beer comes out for Christmas, but you know they come out in October and sold through December. It's got 7.5% alcohol, 7.5% alcohol, 24 IBUs. They recommend you pair it with fruitcake, Christmas pudding, and squash bisque. It's mostly malty, not so hoppy, heavier bodied. It's won a lot of awards over the years, but not recently. Let's see. History and trivia. Introduced in 1995, 24 years ago. They use 5 different types of malted barley and no other grains or cereals such as corn or rice. They say they use so much malt, that's why it's sweet and has high alcohol. They use 2 different Pacific Northwest hop varieties. I wish they would name them, but it's a spicy bitterness and a flowery hop bouquet. I guess I could give some clues. So, no, we don't have. I'll try to post the comments. Keep up with that. Y'all can read the comments. Oh yeah, that's a fantastic one. We're going to do winter beers in the 1st of January at some point early in January if we're able. Maybe not the first Wednesday in January, since that's New Year's Day. But some people might want to, depending on what games are on, I can understand that. So we don't have thrash metal homebrew tonight. We don't have Drunken One. We don't have Shane, Budge, or John and Neil A, or Brass Tacks, or Michael Komarov, or James P. Madonna. Now, James P. Madonna talked to me and said he wasn't really interested in this. He has trouble finding new beers because he lives in an area that doesn't really have good craft beer stores, and they want you to buy a whole case or whatever.
I mean, we're doing it. It's a holiday beer, right? Now, possibly, if there's anybody out there in the chat, holiday beer could also be like a regular beer that's maybe jazzed up. Maybe the can art label art's done for holiday, like Budweiser. They put out like a 24 pack, I think, or a 30 pack, and they have all these different, like they have all the Clydesdale horses.
I saw that today, yeah. And I saw it yesterday. Yeah, it looked nice, but it's a holiday theme packaging, I guess you'd say.
Right. Yeah, the beer itself's not a holiday ale or lager or whatnot, but
no, the midnight lager for Stella Artois really is, because it was introduced in November and it's only going to be sold November and December. So it's kind of like this season. So, all right, well, we can get started and we'll see what happens. Now, Eric Fraunfelter, Thomas Metal 75, Massachusetts Beer Reviews, he said he couldn't join. He wanted to join, but he couldn't because he said he had band practice. So he's the one that likes to join more than maybe anybody, but he has things that interfere with it, so it irritates him. But I mean, can't do everything.
Right.
So I've been drinking this St. Arnold Christmas beer for a long time now. It's not one of these things where they change the recipe every year. It's the same every year now. A beat to Christmas sale, they change the recipe, so I might, but I never noticed any major difference. It's kind of like Anchor, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, our special ale. You know how they say they change the recipe, but if you taste it, it doesn't ever really taste too different. Like they might do little tweaks. Hello, Johnny Lay from Georgia.
Hello. How's it going?
Fine.
I recruited Drunken One too. I know he's watching right now, so you better get your butt over here. He's got a CBS that he's drinking, and he's acting like it's not a holiday beer. It's the last year they're releasing it. It's released in November. Oh, that's a whiskey stout. Okay.
Nice.
Well, Drunken One, you better get on here, man.
You're right.
Thank you guys for not leaving me alone with this wild man.
Leave you alone with the crazy riot, the riot, Ron, the riot.
I'm not wild. I was just sitting here very subdued, really. You probably noticed I was being very subdued. We were just having a very easygoing conversation about holiday beers. Yeah, I've never had any flavored whiskey aside from that pie hole cherry pie whiskey, which Johnny nearly tried. He said he liked it. My daughter liked it.
The cherry, yeah. I really want to try the apple, or no, I have tried the apple. I want to buy a bottle of the apple pie and bring it home to my parents for the holidays, because I think they would like that for Christmas.
Yeah,
the apple pie I think is probably the best one. That one's really good.
There's a rhubarb, I think there is, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't had it, but yeah, I've heard of it.
Now, yeah, I've seen photos of it. So we have the Whiskey Scout out in Kansas. We have
that's an awesome beer. Whiskey Scout.
Yeah, I've had it before.
We have Drunken One in Texas. We have myself in Indiana. We have Johnny Neely in Georgia, and Bumpy Road Brewery in New Hampshire. Now, Tinger has a question for Whiskey Scout. Then we'll look at the beers.
Do you agree Webb and Williams is one of the best prisoner bourbons? I think as long as you stay with the black's okay. I think Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is probably the best price bourbon you can get for that range. I mean, it's really I can find very little wrong with it.
Good, Bart. Good. Oh, yesterday I was at Discount Depot and they had Evan Williams Bottled and Bond for $12.97. Is that a good price?
That's a good price.
Holy cow! Are you kidding me? Usually it's like $20 to $22.99 for a bottle of the
Well, I get it for $11
bonded
regularly to $15. The more expensive place.
No, not for the bonded. Well, around here the bonded is like $20 at least.
The black label's usually about $9.99.
$12.99. It's $9.99 for the green label, $12.99 to $14.99 for the black label, $18.99 to $22.99 for the bottled and bond white label here in my area. So I feel robbed of great prices.
Usually around $14 around here, but I saw it for $12.97 at Discount Depot. And you know what? Discount Depot had a bottle of 100 Piper Scotch for $3.98.
That's a steal.
For
the price. I mean, it's not
dirt cheap.
That's a crime to sell it.
$3.98. I said, I'll buy it. I don't even need it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get anything that cheap around here.
Sorry, John.
I can't buy a stick of gum for $3.
I just thought I'd mention that to you since
yeah.
This was this year.
Tinger, everyone wishes they could get extra gold, but they can't. So now we're gonna go through the beers real fast. So we have Whiskey Scout. What does he have?
St. Bernardus, Abbott 12.
That's a beauty. That is a beauty.
Belgian Abbey Ale.
Now, really, their holiday beer is the one called St. Arnold. I mean, St. Arnold. Where is my mind? The St. Bernardus Abbott 12 Christmas Ale.
Yes, it just started showing up here. They sell the big bottles like Robert has of the Christmas ale. I think for either $9.99 or $12.99.
This is all they had.
Yeah, they actually have one that's dedicated to Christmas, and it's got the green and
yeah.
But
red.
I think of this as a Christmas beer.
The St. Bernardus App 12, though, is, according to Shane Fudge, is the old version or the newer or whatever of the West Flatarian 12.
Yeah, West Flatarian 12.
Format, if you can't get the West Flatarian 12, which chances are you'll never ever be able to, then the Abbott 12 is a great close second alternative to that.
Yeah, what happened was West Flatarian was it's a lager, y'all. Extra Gold is a lager. It's called Extra Gold lager. What happened was West Flatarian was letting St. Bernardus people make their beer for them for years. And then what happened was the Trappist Monks Association told them, well, you're going to get expelled from the association because the rule is you have to make your own product, essentially. You can't contract it out to some other party. So they told Bernardus, well, we can't let you do it anymore because we don't want to get kicked out the Trappist Association. So the St. Bernardus people said, oh, okay, but they had their idea, and the recipe was in their head, okay? It's not like they stole paperwork. They had the recipe in their mind because they had been making it for so many decades. So they just went and immediately started St. Bernardus, which was the same product, basically. Pretty clever, huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now Drunken One in the Empire of Texas.
Empire of Texas. Cheers, Flacco.
Yep. Cheers.
Hey, I know it's been done before, but I have the CBS. Last year they're being made. This particular one is a 11.3%. I know we've all had it, but I guess it's a kind of a Christmas beer. John talked me into it. He says, well, it's only seasonal, so it's got to be Christmas beer. And I'm like, all right, I guess so.
See, on this channel,
I've actually already opened it.
I thought he was like, "Oh, Ron's gonna be all, he's gonna kick me out," and he was crying. I said, "Drunken One." I said, "It'll be okay, Drunken One. Jay's a nice feller. He won't do that to you."
See, we like to stretch our parameters on this channel.
Exactly. Right.
If y'all look in Rock and Roll Club, my Facebook group, Rock and Roll Club, much of what is posted on there could be argued.
Not really rock and roll.
Rock and roll. All right. So, but I'll let it go. But I'm thinking, yeah, it's so rock and roll. All right. Any of you guys like White Claw? Well, I tried White Claw, Tinger, and it was okay, but really I wasn't too thrilled with
White
it.
Claw. If you're into these seltzer type things, the White Claw, you've got the Truly, which is popular now. You see all the commercials for that. Honestly, the best one that I've tried, and I've tried most of them, the Natural Light seltzers. That's what you need to try, Tinger. The Natty Light seltzer, the Aloha Beaches, and the Catalina Lime mixer. Those things are 6% alcohol. It's a little bit higher ABV than the other ones. They drink just like a seltzer, super smooth, not very alcoholic in the taste, and super refreshing. And they're cheaper than the other ones. Hey, all right, Flacco. Well, next time, Flacco, let her try some Natty Light seltzers.
Oh, God.
I think it'll do the
What
trick.
are you talking about? Like in the mood to play Parcheesi? I
That's what I'm thinking.
like to play Parcheesi, but it's been so long, and it's and I think that the game Sorry was like a cheap ripoff of Parcheesi, but I do like Sorry also. But anyway, now Johnny,
Sorry you're not playing Parcheesi more? Are you sorry you're not playing Parcheesi more?
I mean, I'm
The
not.
game
Sorry, I got the
I'm sorry.
I got the game on the shelf over there, and I never opened it. It's on the shelf. I got it. I got Risk over there. All right, down in LA.
All right, so I have got from Lexington Brewing Company out of Lexington, Kentucky. I've got the Kentucky Winter Golden Stout.
Oh man, it never showed up here.
This is the first year it's released. It has been released. So maybe it'll show up in your area. It's 8% alcohol by volume. It is a golden stout that is aged in bourbon barrels. Don't know what the IBUs are. It just says on the side of the label here, it says golden stout aged in bourbon barrels on cocoa nibs.
Oh man.
So anyway, there you go. That's what I've got.
Yummy.
Okay,
Lexington Brewing Company. It was, if anybody out there doesn't recognize the name, they've been around for a while. Formerly went by the name Alltech Brewing Company. Same company.
Right, and
Okay.
also a pet food producer.
Right.
Well, I'm actually glad you clarified that, John, because everybody kept talking about the Alltech Brewing, and it was the same thing.
Same.
Yeah.
I picked up the bourbon barrel ale, and it said that it was Lexington Brewing Company. And I'm like,
Yeah,
everybody's saying it's Alltech, it's Lexington.
they just recently changed the name earlier this year, I believe. Also,
All right.
there was another sell-off, which to me was a sign of bad things. Ballast Point was sold by Constellation Brands to some small company in Chicago.
Right.
Paid $1 billion. They paid $1 billion for Ballast Point 4 years ago, and then today they unloaded it for a bargain price. I said, "Well, there you go." And they were saying, "Well, the craft beer world has changed over the last few years," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good way to put it." All right, but that's the way it goes in business.
I was just in Kansas City. I didn't see the Nutcracker.
I have heard that is really good, Evening Foodie. I have not bought it yet, but I have seen it here. So I'm probably going to buy I think they come in 4-packs, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I would definitely try that. Boulevard makes excellent beers, so there's no doubt in my mind that it'll be at least an A-, right?
Yeah. And we had a guy that was joining us a few times, but he hasn't been around lately. Remember, he was one of the viewers that joined, and then.
Where you at, Thrash? You're in the comments. Come on.
All right,
Brian's dealing with a little bit of a cold. I don't know if he was talking to him earlier. He's got a little bit of a cold, so I don't know how much.
That always ruins everything.
Yeah, plus he's working still too, so on call.
On call, yeah. I guess he can't get too hammered if he's possibly getting some work calls later.
In deer camp, drinking hams. I should be deer hunting, but I'm not yet.
I joined first. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to go fast. You see, it's kind of a reddish, rust-colored ale, kind of not a brown ale, but like a rust-colored ale. Mm-hmm. It's not really red, but it's sort of like that. If I had some green stuff around here, like some parsley, it would look like Christmas. All right. The aroma is very malty. It's so much like the I.B.R.G Christmas ale, but you see, I.B.R.G gets the credit because I.B.R.G came around first. They were formed before St. Arnold.
Yeah, I.B.R.G came around first, but St. Arnold gets it's got all the allure around it, At least around here, maybe because I can't get it, but
yeah. But I'm from Louisiana, and
it's
what happened? What happened, Houston? What happened, Texas A&M?
Right.
But anyway, it's got a real syrupy. Yeah, it's like a syrupy Roman meal. If y'all remember Roman meal bread, type thing. Bread crust, heavy on the bread crust. Oh baby, where's my butter? It's hoppy in that kind of, that fall leaves kind of taste. Like, how do you describe it? Like the hoppiness, like it's kind of like that Harpoon flannel shirt. If you've had it. Now I'm relating it to something people probably haven't had, but like leaves, tannins. It's so easy going. I mean, this thing, 7.5% alcohol. You could drink it and just drink it.
7 point. What's the name? Is it just called the Christmas beer or St. Arnold's? What's the name of it?
It's called St. Arnold's Ye Old Christmas Ale.
Yeah.
Rich, cheerful. It is rich and cheerful. If you're not used to heavy beers, it might make you kind of go like you gag. But I am used to it, so it doesn't do that to me. I just say, oh. I just say, hey?
I said, how's it go?
Yeah, like, but
Now, is it? I can't. I was a little late to the show, so I don't know when you initially were describing it. Is it spiced? Does it have cinnamon, nutmeg, any holiday spice?
No, it's just malt and it's four malts and 2 types of hops. It's just like a.
Now that's my kind of Christmas beer right there. That's what I'm.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Doppelbock sort of thing. Think of a lighter version of Spaten Optimator, much lighter. That thing is dark like molasses. That thing. Spaten Optimator. My friend David and I were drinking that at his house, and then we drank some other things, 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 and then we drank some. Oh wait, got to get back to the show. All right. It's a fairly dry finish. Oh, this beer is so good. And it was only $1.79 for the single. Now, Jesse joined second, and he has a dynamite product. So while he's talking, I'm going to be posting comments. So we turning it over to Bumpy Rome Brewing.
I'm going to rerun over what I brought from Litherman's Limited out of Concord, New Hampshire. It is the Cosmic Bakers Fruitcake-Inspired Sour Ale. This comes in at a freaking whopping 6.2%, so it's no wussy sour. It's got a decent ABV to it. I'm not going to read the whole back. I'm just going to read a little bit just so I can let John know that when he said, "Now that sounds like a Christmas beer to me." Well, here we go. A holiday sour with pineapples, sweet cherries, dates, lemon, and orange peel, and real fruitcake added.
Ooh.
Yeah, real fruitcake.
Oh man, I want to go buy a fruitcake. I want to go buy a fruitcake.
I already have. I'm about halfway done with it.
Crap.
I love fruitcakes.
Now here in the South, what we do is we just take a fruitcake and we just pour Bud Light on top of it, let it soak in real good, and just eat it.
So that's what she looks like. It's got that nice, the head's going to break down quick. It is a sour. It's highly carbonated. I can see the carbonation, the bubbles flying up. But yeah, white head, medium, small bubbles, kind of collapsing in from the bottom up. The color of the beer itself is this kind of light amber, kind of coppery, pinkish color.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, first whiff, I get some lemon, a little bit of a cherry note in there. Get some of like the this bready, this tart breadiness. It smells almost like a, I think like a mimosa type thing. And as you can see, the head just totally just died right down.
Bumpy, your biggest fan.
There's some cherry. There's some cherry in there too. So yeah, you're getting some multiple fruit notes and everything else like that. Let's go ahead in for the first swig here. Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, Cindy B's out of jail and she is watching. She is loving her some Bumpy. So cheers to Cindy B.
I'm in the mood for Parcheesi. All right, what now? Go ahead.
More cheese.
Yeah, this has it has quite a tartness to it. Kind of starts to touch on that sour. It's a very drying mouthfeel, very highly carbonated. I mean, my tongue feels like I just grew hair on it.
Well, that's pretty good.
Not again.
I got some. You definitely getting like the pineapple, the lemon, little bit of a cherry note in there. I'm not able to pick up on any date in this one. I did have some previous beers earlier, so it may have affected that. I did have this beer a year ago, and it was fantastic. But it has a lot of the notes in it that it says that it has. Yeah, it's tart. It's tart up front, and then you get that kind of sour curl in the back of the tongue. It's a good. It's a real good sour. I like it.
Oh, I like it a lot.
It does what I want a sour to do, which is it dries out the mouth. It makes you want to go back for more. You know.
I'm sorry, but I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing.
You are laughing at me, John.
I'm sorry, man. I'm laughing.
How tall? Wait, I got a question. How tall is that can?
Oh, it's a 16-ounce can.
Oh, okay, it looks big on video.
A 4-pack of this is $17.
It looks really big on video. Bumpy will never admit this, but we were talking before that, and he's a very small man, so
yeah,
everything looks much bigger.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen those Dr. Pepper commercials they come out with?
Little sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, you always Dr. Pepper light. I like little sweet.
Or Dr. Pepper.
A 6-ounce can.
Dr. Pepper, Little Sweet reminds me of Prince. Hey,
he does. Yes, that's a good. Yeah, he does.
Reminds me of Prince and the Revolution. Everybody's talking about fruitcake. I used to watch Richard Simmons. Hey, so
Sorry.
are you
Wait,
enjoying
Simmons, the guy, the aerobics?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I knew who you're talking about because that's before my time, but I knew who you're talking about. All
I
right.
used to watch that. My mother did not like me to watch that.
I can't say I blame her.
Yeah, I just got some orange in there too. So
Orange. Wow, you getting all kind of flavors in that thing.
It's
it is a cake of fruit.
Cosmic, baby. Cosmic.
We're talking about fruitcake.
Cindy, we enjoy your dance class.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of community service you would associate as a dance class, but that's pretty weird. I wish community service was like a dance class.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go too far off the rails, we're going to go to John and Neil, and he's going to give us a rundown of his itemized deduction.
All right. So the Kentucky Winter Golden Stout from Lexington Brewing Company out of Lexington, Kentucky, formerly known as All-Tech Brewing Company. All right. So it's a kind of a dark golden appearance, slightly hazy, which I don't know if the camera's picking up on that, but when I hold it up to the light, it does have almost like some dust-like particulate matter floating about in it. They did initially have some streaming bubbles, which have gone away now. There's a little bit of lacing left behind there. It initially poured with like a 2-finger white, relatively creamy looking head. The aroma, okay, if you've ever had the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale, the original Bourbon Barrel Ale, it smells a lot like that. I'm getting the caramel notes, a little bit of the vanilla, the bourbon barrel type presence, and maybe a touch of chocolate, but it doesn't smell like a stout. So I'm a little disappointed with that. I already did a review on my channel, and well, I won't. Anyway, I think my rating has dropped since then because I bought a 4-pack. My third, or this might be the last one out of the 4-pack. It just smells like the regular Kentucky bourbon ale with a touch of chocolate in it. Nothing too spectacular. Definitely doesn't smell like a stout. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
The flavor, caramel, some caramel sweetness with that, which leads into a pretty good breadiness, like a lightly toasted white bread note in the middle of the sip. There's a touch of chocolate, but it's not dark chocolate, it's milk chocolate. And then it finishes slightly bitter. Carbonation is medium.
Uh-oh.
The body is
Hard cheese.
medium side, almost heavy, not because the body is particularly heavy, but because the alcohol is not matched with this. The 8%, this being a stout, a golden stout, the body does not.
I've never seen anything like that.
The Dragon White is a gold. That one almost A+ for the Dragon's Milk White. This is the same type of thing, but it's bourbon barrel aged, so I thought it would be even better, but it's not. It falls short on the bourbon notes. It tastes a lot like the regular bourbon barrel age. The chocolate notes aren't coming through enough. The alcohol is not masked well because it doesn't have enough body for a barrel aged product. It's not bad, but it's sorely lacking for what I thought it was going to be, because I've been very impressed with the Kentucky bourbon barrel products, whether it be the pumpkin ale, the original bourbon barrel ale, the coffee stout, which Drunken One hates, which I thought was awesome. The Drunken One sniffer is broken.
No. That same brand that just says what was it? Coffee. The coffee one's ick. The coffee one's bad. You make your own choice. But
yeah. I think you got something. I don't know. There's something wrong with you. I love you. So anyway, this one, compared to the other Kentucky barrel-aged beers that I've had, this one is slightly disappointing, but it's not a bad beer. I'll keep sipping on it and give you a rating here shortly. But it's definitely, if you're used to drinking stouts and it says stout on the label, you're going to be very disappointed because it doesn't taste like a stout.
It sounds like a big flop, but I'd still try it, of course.
Oh yeah,
cool. You gotta try them. You gotta try them to know if they're good or bad. Can't listen to what other people say.
Yeah.
Now, Scout, tell us about the St. Bernard Private 12.
Well, it's brown. You can see through it. That's why I held it up. And there's a red tint to it. So you have a brown with a red tint almost at the bottom of the glass. It's almost a dark red wine in appearance, just at that bottom curvature of the glass. But it darkens as it increases up to the light. It has never lost the head. It's very well carbonated. It's bottle conditioned, stays carbonated, called a living ale. The head just does not dissipate on it. Nose. It's real wheat bread, rye bread. I get a rye bread. Not just wheat, but that dark rye bread comes through in the nose. If you like rye bread, you really like this. You get the hops. The hops are not overly floral, which is a good thing. I don't think that would work the dark side of this. I don't know my hops that well and which ones contribute what. I can't speak to that, but I know the hops in this is definitely not that bright floral stuff you get like in an IPA or something. But it's there, is what I'm saying. And there's a citrus component to this too. But I wouldn't say lemon, lime, or whatever. It's just a sort of a citrus note there. That's just on the nose. Very good palate on this one. Again, with all that bread, dark breads, rye, dark wheats, they're all coming through. The hops just gently works in the background. It's just there. It lasts. It lingers. It accentuates that breadiness of this. If you love breads, dark breads, this is just going to be right up anybody's alley. There is a light citrus note to it. Then there's almost like something I get on a lot of dark beers, a fig note, but it's not the super heavy, sugary, dried figs. It's not like that at all. It's just not quite like that, but there's a fig component to it. I don't know. I like it a lot. I like the way it lasts. I like the way it lingers on the palate. This is a good one.
Hey, you know what's another aspect I brought up with that beer, which I love, which is one of the best beers I ever had in my life. I said sometimes it tastes like dates.
Yeah, I could go with dates. Definitely. Dates and figs to me have a lot. They're different, but they have a lot of similar
Yeah.
flavor profile. I think dates are a little more sweet.
Yeah, dates are more full of sugar.
Yeah.
Dates, figs, any of the a good Belgian quadruple L. You got the dark fruit in there for sure, and that's what it sounds like Robert's getting.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Every good quadruple I've had has similar characteristics with the dark fruit notes, which I absolutely love in my beer.
Yeah, I drink the plum of the fig because most of my dates ended in tragedy.
I'm sorry. Stick around. I'll give you some pointers when we're done. Okay. Anyway, one thing about this, though, is as dark and as inviting as it is like that, it drinks more like a lighter beer. It's not a heavy beer that just sits on you. I don't think, doesn't come across. It's not a stout as far as that heaviness you get from a stout would be. It's not here. It drinks more like almost a regular light ale.
Man. Hey, you ready to go to Drunken One and see what he says about his, or you got some more to say?
I'm done.
Well, and Robert, it's not a stout though. It's a quadruple ale. That's why. I mean, that's
right.
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When you see something dark, this kind of dark, you generally think it's going to be a little heavier. Man, you just kind of associate that, I think, and it's a visual thing, and you're going to associate it with that, but it doesn't. It's not that way.
What's the alcohol by volume on it?
10%.
Oh, he's gonna drink the whole bottle. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Presentation. Oh boy. All right.
Here's Sparky. Here's Sparky.
Thanks for having me in. First of all, wow, Robert's beer looked really good. The glass lacing on there, that was just holding on to the edge of the glass. It was awesome. Okay, so here I am with my 11.3 CBS. Last year you can find them, so get some while you can. About $25 for 4 of these bottles, which actually is a lot cheaper than last year's bit, because last year's was just this one bottle here. You do the math on the ounces and such, $25, where you get 4 350 bottles and again $25. So anyway, get it while you can. I've always loved this beer. It was John and Ellie and group that turned me on to these things. It's super duper yummy. Usually I don't spend so much money on these things. It's definitely worth it. It's a lot like the KBS, but with a little bit of the maple. Yeah, I drink it super duper slow, and it's just totally at room temperature. They taught me to drink one a while ago, so I pulled one of the last ones I had out of the box. Oh, I'll show you. Hey, I guess we're showing off stuff. Oh, it's under a pile. Anyway, I actually got the CBS box that's got Founders on there and bourbon barrel aged and all that crap. Okay, let's get back to the review though. Very, very, very thick, a heavy mouthfeel. It doesn't hold much of a head because it is what it is. It does have some glass lacing. I know I'm in a rocks glass, but that's okay. Proper glassware. Very, very sweet, chocolatey, coffee. It's one you want to like get a little sip and chew on for a second, not just because of the price, but because it's just that damn yummy. I don't guess we're giving numbers quite yet. Where's I going with that? Well, obviously the color is very, very dark, body medium to full. It's just darn yummy, you know. I don't know. It again, chocolate and coffee and molasses or maple, I guess, maple syrup. It's just freaking extravagant. I could pour this over pancakes if it was just a little bit thicker, and I have a great breakfast. Cheers.
Cheers to you. Oh yeah, I got one more bottle. They got it at Mathern's for $5.49 for.
Oh yeah, buy them up while they're here. I'm gonna try to store some back, but at this rate, it's not going so well. My Thanksgiving day was took 3 of those in the cooler, and Yeah, it took me most of the day to drink them because, again, I kind of just sip along on them. But 11.3%, you probably need to, otherwise you walk in that crooked line.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to me. Hey, y'all, it's me. Well, the St. Arnold beer, I'm going to score it an A. It's a real winner. I mean, it's so inexpensive relative to the quality you get with it. Me and my friend David always make fun of the tour we took where we literally walked off the tour. It was so bad, but like we agree, it doesn't reflect on the beer.
If I worked at the brewery and I could get free beer, I might. Yeah, it's hard. It'd probably be hard to resist. Didn't you say the tour guide was a little bit inebriated?
No, she was a lot drunk, and she said, "I can drink while I do the tour," and I was like, "I can see that." And my friend David was like, he was telling me. So we left. That was a bad day, but anyway, but it was interesting, but the beer is dynamite. I mean, really, I'll say about 95 out of 100. I guess it could have some holiday spices. It's just the water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. So some people might be disappointed that it doesn't have spices, and I can understand that. But this was back in 1995, so they haven't changed it in 24 years. It's a winner. I mean, if you want to take a sample of it and you can get a bottle for $1.79, go for it. I'm saying go for it. Now, I did see that the I.B.R.G Christmas ale is out. If I can't get a single, I'll just buy the 6-pack. Heck, it's only $8.99 for the 6-pack of I.B.R.G Christmas ale, which is, I believe, about 6.0%. And that's a good deal, really, when you think about it. So, well, I have a winner. We'll see what everybody else has. So I got a solid 8 on mine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go to Bumpy. He's going to give us his out of 100, blank out of 100.
Yeah. Last year, first time ever having this one, I would have scored this like a 99 for my memory from last year, because this is just, I compare all of Litherman's sours, and they do a lot of sours, and they do a great job on their sours. And I compared every single one of them to this, because this thing just blew me away last year when I had it. And last year, I would have given it like a 99 out of 100. This year, based off of last year's, I would have given it 100 out of 100 based off of last year's. What I'm tasting right now, and like I said, I did have some other beers prior, so my taste buds may have been compromised a little bit. It could also be because I have it super fresh, and last year I didn't have it super fresh. So maybe with a little bit of age, maybe some of those dates and stuff would start to shine through a little bit more. Right now, it's more of that like lemon and pineapple type note coming through. I am standing around a 97 on this one right now.
That's pretty high for a drop off.
Yeah. No, it's a real good sour. Like I said, it's with the sours and stuff. What I really like too is the mouthfeel on them, and when they do that like light body drying effect on the tongue, and this one does it. It does that whole drying effect. And if I can pick up on this thing had like 6 different things added to it, and I could pick up on like 4 or 5 of them. The orange peel kind of came up. The orange type zest flavor came up late in the game. Still not getting the dates, but I mean, when you can pretty much get 90% of what's added to a beer that they're stating is in there, I think that's a damn good job.
Yeah.
So
I can't argue with that. So we got a 95 and a 97. So that sounds good. So now John and Eli.
Well, this isn't going to be nearly as high, so
Oh yeah,
let's get this over with. So this beer, a lot of bourbon barrel aged beers, as they warm, they get better. This one, not so much. The alcohol comes through even more. It wasn't masked very well to begin with. The bourbon notes are lacking. It does have some vanilla, caramel, and a little bit of chocolate from the cocoa nibs. But it doesn't taste like a stout. I've had some golden stouts, some white stouts. For example, the Dragon's Milk White Stout. That one is about the same color, but it has a lot of chocolate in it. It doesn't have necessarily the roast that you get with a stout, but it's excellent in its own sense because they add a lot of milk chocolate to it. This one is just lacking in all departments. I gave it, when I reviewed it on my channel, I gave it an 83.
Wow.
It's going down from there. This is the last one out of the 4-pack. I've had time to think about it a little bit more. I'm dropping it down to a 79. It's almost a B, but it falls short in so many ways. And what I think of as a stout lover, stouts and sours being my 2 favorite styles, this just falls short in so many ways. Not to mention, I drink a lot of bourbon barrel aged stuff, and this just doesn't have the barrel presence that it should. Basically, the barrel aging just brought out the alcohol more without adding any character. So it loses points for that.
Wow.
It's worth trying. I mean, to say that you've tried a golden stout, because there's really not that many stouts like this out there. But this one just doesn't do as good a job as the Circles of the Sun, which is a toasted coconut golden stout that I had from a local brewery, or the Dragon's Milk White that I had, which was a golden or white stout. Those were both excellent. This one, not so much. But
And what's the
it's worth checking out just to say that you tried a golden stout, because the distribution with this one is going to be pretty good, at least along the eastern United States. It will be.
Yeah. And what's the price for the 4-pack?
Yeah, that's another thing too. It was $12.99 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, that's an epic fail.
So for the price, if you could buy a single, I would say try it just to get the experience, because it is interesting, but it falls short in so many ways for me personally. And I'm a little bit more critical of stouts than I am of other styles, just because I expect the best with stout, because I drink a ton of stouts, and this one just doesn't live up to the hype.
I'm not paying over $3 a bottle for something that's going to be up.
No, you definitely should.
Shabby.
You can buy a single though, which you can at some places. Actually, I could have bought a single at the Kroger, but because of the reputation that Lexington Brewing Company has, and my great experience with their other beers, I thought I would splurge for the 4-pack. Wouldn't do it again though.
Right.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Now Robert's going to get the Whiskey Scout's going to give us his score.
All right, before we get into it, I paid $11 for 1 pint, 9.4 fluid ounces.
That's typical, yeah.
Yeah, for Belgian. I'm gonna split you and Buppy. I'm gonna give it a 96. It's a really good ale. I really like it. I really like it. It's a good ale. It's definitely an A to almost shading to an A plus. So
Yeah. That's about where I am with that. All right, now Drunken One.
All right. Well, I dug up the box. Not like it really makes a difference. The deal was I didn't even ask for the box. I bought 3 4-packs, and she's like, "Well, would you like a beer box to put that in?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And I excuse me, I never imagined that I was actually going to get the box that the beer needed. Now, this would probably be worth something along the line somewhere, right? It says CBS 11.3 by volume, packaged on over there on the other side there, and that's the same date that's on my bottles. Yeah, I thought this was kind of cool, and so I'll go ahead and hold on to it. Okay, back to the numbers. Yeah, I think the last time I gave it numbers, I want to say I gave it a 97, because that, not saying there's anything wrong with it. This is an awesome beer, probably one of the best beers I've ever put in my face, but I'm sure there's got to be something better out there, so I got to leave a little room for improvement. Would I suggest it? You damn straight. Yeah, it's expensive, but you got to at least try it, especially being this is the last year. I guess they're going to keep up with the KBS, but they're going to get rid of the CBS for some new barrel aging projects that they're doing. Go check out their website. I'm not sponsored by them or whatever, but it's actually like in a town. I want to say Michigan. I could be wrong, but anyway, it's like underground. They're calling it a cave or whatever, but it's literally underground underneath the city. Right. It is Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we played some videos between John and I and Jesse and such. We watched some videos about this, or a little, I guess, a promotion thing, a little advertisement. But yeah, they got barrels and barrels and barrels underneath the city. How cool is that? So 97. It is definitely world class in my book. And go out and get you some, man. Go out and get you some. Right.
All right.
Cheers.
So our
I'd
average,
much rather have a CBS right now than what I'm drinking. I'll tell you that.
our average score tonight was a 93.
Oh, nice.
Y'all want to see what I bought y'all want to see what I bought my friend David for Christmas? He won't watch this video, so it won't be giving it away.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. My guess would be it's something with alcohol in it.
Really?
John. I went to eat Italian food yesterday in a town at a restaurant I'd never been to before. It was great food. And then after I left, I went there last. I actually did the shopping first. So I capped off the day by going to Tony Mandina's. Oh yeah, you're right. That is a great winter beer. And then but before I went to Savannah Discount, John and Ellie. He's always aggravated when I go there because he's like, "Why do you got to tell me all these things?" So, but anyway, I bought this for him because he was saying he liked it. So I have the little card to David from Jay. It's washed out. White.
Cute.
Yeah, like a little Christmas card. And then, but it's
Ezra Brooks. That's good. Yeah, I like
that. And away we go.
Has a lot of blackberry and berry notes in that one.
Does it?
I ain't never had it. I never had it, but I figured he was saying he liked it, so I've never seen it.
I'm sure you'll get I'm sure there'll be some duo reviews coming out on your channel.
Yep, maybe. I don't know. And then I bought this for my daughter, besides $100 of cash money that she's going to get. Because women like money. I've learned that in my life.
I think everybody likes money.
You think?
Yeah, but they like it. They like it especially. All right.
It holds a real special place to their heart.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Moolah, money, cash, greenbacks. All right. Well,
dollars.
The anticipation is killing me.
Sorry, I was looking at the comments. So I bought this for her. I don't know if it's any good, but I read some good reviews on Proof 66 and Liquor.com. Well, Liquor.com didn't have any reviews for it, but
McCormick.
McCormick's Irish cream. That's good stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ah.
it's actually from Ireland. It's a gift pack, and it comes with 2 glasses.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's cool.
I had that very same gift pack a couple years ago.
Yeah, she likes these liqueurs with the cream and the she likes Baileys and all that kind of stuff. I bought her the Carolines last year, the Carolines. So always stumble across these things, and they'll just run through it like a
If you ever see Cooley Swan, COOLESWAN, Cooley Swan, it's Irish cream liqueur. It's a little more expensive than McCormick's, but the depth of flavor is
best cream liqueur I've ever had is the Amarula, which is actually made with an African fruit that is allowed to basically it ferments and become, the elephants and the monkeys and stuff in Africa. There's videos on YouTube where they're just eating the fruit that's fallen off the tree. It only takes, I think, 2 days for it to convert to turn into alcohol. And they got the elephants and the monkeys walking around, and they're all drunk off of eating the fruit and stuff. It's pretty entertaining. But the Amarula is a cream liqueur, and it's made with the Amarula fruit, and it's almost got like a pink. It's obviously a cream. It's got the white cream look going on, like milk, but it's got like a pink hue to it. It's very good, very, very good.
From Amarillo?
Amarula, yeah.
Amarula. Now, what was the name of that again? Whiskey Scout?
Kool-Aid, Coole. I don't know if it's E or EE Swan. I got a bottle.
Okay, now I did buy one more thing yesterday, but I'm scared to show it to y'all because y'all might ridicule me and make fun of me.
I hope it's not the Four Loko seltzer.
I don't like. Or the.
It's like, how can you call the four? You know, you got the Natural Light Seltzer 6%. That's getting up there, but Four Loko seltzer 14%. That doesn't qualify.
Yeah, now they got Four Loko sour grape.
Get out of here.
I don't know.
All right, you got to show us now, Ron. What you got?
What you got?
I don't like people to make fun of me on the internet, but
We can go off air and show it to us if you don't want the world to see.
I'll show you, but you're gonna say you're stupid. All right.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm thinking daiquiri and
I don't care how bad. You know what? I'd try it. So what does that say about me, right? I mean, I don't care how bad or stupid it is.
Alcoholic?
No. It's the experience. You know, drunken one. If you better be glad I'm not hosting this show. You'd be in the basement.
We're live.
I know. Yeah.
And cheers to 20 people watching too. While Ron finds his
Nice.
bottle that he's embarrassed about.
I got to get off the air because I got clothes to mess with, and I'm going to go watch some basketball. And then we had a great show though tonight, y'all. I think we all agree.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Awesome.
And then next week we're back to wild. What?
good beers we had.
Yeah, next week. Great.
It's all right. I got a CBS. I might crack open a.
Don't feel bad, John. It happens. But next week, we're back to Wild Card Wednesday, and then in January we're going to do. Well, I think January 1st we're going to do. Well, let's see. December 31st we might do the second anniversary of Champagne. Remember we did that, Johnny DeLay? How good that was.
Yes. I'm trying to remember which. Yeah, there's some good champagne out there, and you know what? It's cheap. You can get good champagne for $5-6 a bottle.
Exactly. And so then maybe on January 1st, but that depends on what games are on. I'm not going to miss the LSU game to do some beer video, but
Thanks.
you know what I'm saying? If they're playing for the national championship, I'm not going to say, well, I'm going to miss that because I want to talk about a winter beer. You know, it's like all about perspective, you know, but and priorities. But we could do winter beers. Winter beers. Like what beer? You know, we did holiday, but then we could do winter. I could pick some good winter beer, you know, like something, you know.
In other words, we're going to have another stout show.
Right.
I know they're ever doing that on Stout Sunday, except I had this Sunday I did it.
Yep.
I know, I was there.
And Whiskey Scout was there. I had to do a credit call, and Whiskey Scout joined me. Okay, here it is.
It's a white, non-labeled. All right. So what's in the box?
Hold on.
It's always what's in the box.
Or is it just a big Lego that you're showing us?
I'm feeling like
Oh, wait, there's a black box inside the white box.
Oh, you spent the big buckies.
Johnny Walker Blue. Look at you. Now, who did you buy that for? Your daughter?
Are you
No,
crazy?
yes.
I bought that for me.
Oh, for you. Oh, well, good.
All
Gracious.
Are you going
Johnny
to
Walker Blue examination coming up, folks, in 2020.
You're going to make me go buy one.
I'm gonna get. They have a variety, or you don't call it a variety pack.
Oh, it's the year of the rat now. They got
Johnny Walker sampler. It's $79. It comes with the red, the blue, and the black.
Right. But I wanted to get the full bottle. I figured if I'm going there. I'm going all the way. If I'm
Well,
going,
they sell those in suitcases too, right? I've seen them in suitcases on the shelves.
suitcases.
What do you mean?
Yes,
Huh?
like little briefcases. They had the Johnny Walker red, blue, and green.
oh yeah. The
Sampler, like a sampler pack.
I hope not, because it was like $250 for like the blue and like $350 for the green or something like that.
This box is perfumed. But
It should be.
But seriously, folks,
Would
I went with the high, and I went with the low. Like I bought the red, and then I bought the blue, but I still have to get the black, the double black, the green.
Ron, I'm confused. What makes you think we would ridicule you for that?
Because you'd say I spent too much money.
No.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen Whiskey Scout's background?
No.
That's a green screen. That's real. That's a buttload of bottles.
The big leagues.
Yeah.
So, Marat,
And as long as you're spending your money, not ours.
what did that blue bottle cost you there, Ron?
Oh, somewhere between $2 and $2.50.
Really?
I can get it for
Hold on. I bet you got a deal on it.
I got it cheaper than most places around here.
He knows how to sniff out a deal. He's like
But after tax, it was
the budget master.
yeah. Well, after tax, it was $2.40, $2.41.
Yeah.
Wow, that better be some awesome stuff.
Right. Even if it's probably ain't worth $2.40, $2.41.
Wow.
But I figured, what? I'm only going to live one time in my whole life.
Yes,
So
sir. Yeah.
Amen.
I may as well go for the gold. I mean, at least once. I'm not going to be running out and buy Johnny Walker Blue every week. But I went to the low, the red, and I went to the high. Now I got to do all the middle. The black, the double black, the green, the 18-year, and the platinum. Nah.
Now, I want you to think about how much money you spent there. Today, I was at two different liquor stores. The first one was RJ's. Do you know what I'm talking about if I say the BTAC collection from Buffalo Trace?
The what collection?
BTAC, Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. It's got all the older, harder to get. They're allocated. And generally, in most places, if you can find them at retail, they fluctuate between $100 to $200 at retail. But nobody in retail ever sells it for that price because they only get an allotment of maybe 1 or 2 bottles a year. Well, I was in a liquor store that shall remain nameless. They had all 4 bottles up there. They had $999 each for every one. That's
$9.99 each.
That's each. That markup is because I think wholesale markup on them was less than 100.
I know I didn't get the best. Look, I know I didn't get the best price for this.
No, you did fine. You did fine. That's an average price in my area. I've got to shop around to get it for less than 2, and I can. And there's a few places that hold on to it for that. But the second liquor store I was in, where I bought my St. Bernardus, they had just got in the new ones from the Johnny Walker Blue, and they'll put out a special. It's a special edition bottle each year. It's usually Chinese themed. This year's Year of the Rat. It's no different price than your standard blue label. It's just artwork on the bottles, all it is. But they got those in, and I believe they were selling them for right around $2.45 a bottle. So you go with your tax on that here, it's going to push up about $2.67. So
hey Ron, do me a favor, back out of your camera to where we can see everybody real quick.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
No,
look at me.
I just want everybody real quick to give. We'll just do a golf clap, so it's not too loud. Everybody give a little golf clap for Ron Ontario splurging on a really good bottle of whiskey.
Senior cheapskate does spend some money.
No, not that he's a cheapskate. He's a budget conscious individual, and I applaud him for that. But I think, first of all, I think he's going to be very happy with the Johnny Walker Blue. Secondly, I think he's going to buy more expensive stuff more often once he gets a taste of the good life.
Hey, how about that? Yeah, how about that?
Hey, well, people can say what they want, but back 7 years ago, I did pay $85 for a 6-pack of beer.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. The best beer in the world that nobody can ever get anymore. Yeah.
And I actually bought 2 6-packs. I actually bought 2 6-packs because I figured I'm going all the way, baby. But the grocery store called me and begged me to bring back one of the 6-packs because the manager was about to get fired. Because
it's like, yeah, how can you live with yourself if the manager gets fired for selling you 2 6-packs?
Yeah, he sold me 2, and there was a man driving in from the state capitol to get the other one, and they were like, "Could you bring it back because he's kind of a special person and he really wants it. I could have said, no, you sold it to me. It's mine. So
That's what most people would have done. But
you better just look for a new career. But I said, nah.
Send him to my house. I'll sell it to him for double the price.
You're going to buy it back for 2 6-packs worth of cash.
Right.
I brought it back because I didn't feel like being, hard about it. But I had this pack. It was which is $14 a bottle, plus the 2 glasses. I gave 1 glass to my friend Paul in Houston. I gave him 1 bottle of it. We drank 1. He still got 1 in his fridge. I don't know what he's trying to do with it. Another guy named Mike Pawpaw said, "What? You got what?" Because it sold out in 1 hour across the United States. In 1 hour, it sold out the whole U.S. So
what was it?
West Voltairean 12.
Okay.
So it was like a big deal. They had armed guards guarding the train, so they thought the train was going to get hijacked. And then this guy Pawpaw said, "I want one." I said, "Well, it's $14, He said, "I'm gonna bring $14, and I'm gonna bring you this beer. I'm gonna bring you this other beer. I'm gonna bring you this other beer, and I'm gonna bring you this other beer." He said, "I want it." I said, "Okay." So we met in the parking lot. He gave me the money, and he gave me the big. He didn't bring me Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Now you understand. So he hooked me up with some Choice and some Prime stuff, and then he got his beer, and he was off to the races. So it was dynamite. Look at Drunken One.
All right.
Look at Whiskey Scout. What am I saying?
Dude, Whiskey Scout, even. Because he's got
Drunken One looks cute and stuff, but
Hey, Whiskey Scout, don't you love that? Don't you love that spongy head though?
Yeah, the huge bubbles and everything in this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's got little ones, got big ass bubbles, right?
one thing we were talking about champagne earlier, Robert, I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but one thing I love about the Belgian beers like that, especially that one, it's got like this fine, almost champagne-like carbonation to it.
Yep.
It just really, to me, sets it over the top. It's like the champagne of beer. Miller High Life can call themselves the champagne of beers, but a good Belgian quad, that's really, really where it's at when it comes to the champagne of beer.
I'm with you on that. Every time I've had this, I'm never disappointed. It's a special buy every once in a while, and it's worth it.
You need to try the Chimay. I don't know if you've tried the Chimay beers yet, but the Chimay Grand Reserve and then the Red Label, the Premier, I believe it's called. Those are both very excellent. They're bordering on world class.
I've had all 3 of them. They're all good.
I've never had
in my opinion, if you want a better beer than the App 12, you go with the St. Bernardus Tripel.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Well,
that's because I like the Tripels. I don't really care for quads. So.
Oh,
bumpy.
Yeah, try that one. I don't know if I've seen it.
Your palate will always be an enigma.
Mutant time.
But you are entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. I'm just kidding.
It always intrigues me that some people like tripels more than quadruples. I just can't get over that. But I guess that's just the way it goes. Some people, I was eating that pizza with pineapple on, and they were saying, "You're crazy, man. You're crazy. Nobody eats pizza with pineapple, fool." And I was like, "Well, it tastes good to me, And
jalapeno and pineapple are my two. You like pineapple? Get you the jalapeno and the pineapple. You get the sweet and spicy. That's where it's at.
Sound like something I'd like. Well, I got to go, y'all. I have to do some things, but thanks for watching this video production, and I appreciate you 4 people joining me.
Enjoyed it. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yep.
Always a pleasure.
You're welcome. I appreciate Bumpy Road, Jesse. I appreciate John and Neil A. with Georgia Beer Reviews. I appreciate Robert with the Whiskey Scout, and I appreciate Sparky with Drunken One Enterprises University.
Enterprise. All right.
And I speak for Alex Beermaster when we say, as a collaborative, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
What are y'all doing for food this Friday? I never get those chat that I'm not a part of, but that's all right. Do something behind my back. That's all right.
I have a quick.
You're always welcome. Sorry, John. Yeah, you're always welcome. We're doing Eggo products this Friday. It is what 8 o'clock Eastern time. Am I saying that right?
Right
Yeah,
after Fandango Friday.
Yeah. Eggo products. So it can be whatever Eggo makes, and be there and be square. What do they say?
I have to give up your live stream on Fandango Friday half the time. You keep yucky, and Alex is going, I gotta eat.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but guess what? You're lucky because this Friday we're not having Fandango Friday because I'm going to work at Bingo.
What?
And Bingo was his name. Oh,
I do that once a month, so
For a good cause.
but there
Bingo.
could be, but tomorrow at 7 Eastern there could be a thundering Thursday.
Thundering Thursday. I like it. Well, real quick announcement before you go off air here, since you've always got so many people watching your live streams. I will not be able to join Food Fridays, unfortunately, or I also will not be able to do Stout Sunday again. December is a crazy month for me. This weekend I'm going out of town. I'm getting some work done on my car, and then I'm spending time with family. So, throwing this out there, it doesn't have to be a Stout Sunday. The world will go on. But if anybody wants to do a Stout Sunday, feel free to do it. I unfortunately will not be able to do it this weekend. Again, I'm sorry.
So what you're saying is that your family comes before doing beer hangouts?
Unfortunately, that is.
John, you need to get your priorities straight, young man.
I know. YouTube family is just slightly below family. But
let me put this in perspective for you, John. Okay, you ready? Are you ready for this? You got to open up your eardrums. You ready for this? Your family will be there tomorrow, but Sunday will not be there tomorrow. Because it will be Monday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Something to think about for sure. Thank you.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Thank you for enlightening me.
All right. Well, that was interesting. All right. Well, thanks for watching this video rectification facility broadcast, and we're going to end it by saying bye.
Bye.
God bless us.
Happy holidays.
As Tiny Tim said.
And Merry Christmas.
All right.